What is good, guys? It's just me, Dom, and I kidnapped the channel for the day, but don't be worried, the other guy's just fine. I said he was fine. So, before we dive into the dark side of eating contests, hi, my name is Dom, I'm from the channel Just Dom, and I'll be your host for this episode. If you want to find out more about who I am, make sure to stay tuned. Oh, and sorry about my accent, I'm Hungarian. This video was requested by Charlotte Ezopenko. Thank you, Charlotte, for the great idea. Speed eating is a competition just like every other sports. Only that people aren't really losing weight while doing it. In fact, it's a race of who's the fastest at getting fat. It started out in county fairs before it gained popularity, and it was centered on eating pies. Nowadays, it's almost like an Olympic event with prizes. Usually, lots of cash. You know, so contestants could pay for their medical bills. Because it might seem like a lot of fun eating food in large amounts, but there are certain health risks that people don't even consider before devouring those hamburgers. You know, nothing serious though, just death to mention one.
Number 5. Caitlin Nelson.
On our list of eating contests that went wrong, the first victim was Caitlin Nelson. She was a 20-year-old college student at Sacred Heart University in Connecticut, and she belonged to a sorority called Kappa Delta. Now, tragic events associated with sororities usually involve lots of alcohol and drugs, but not this time. She was one of the nice ones, and she only participated in a kind pancake speed eating competition. She must have not practiced a lot of, well, swallowing in her sorority, because after about 4 pancakes, she started choking, and even though she received help by 2 nursing students immediately, unfortunately her life could not have been saved. Speed eating contests are most popular in Japan, Canada, and the United States. In Austin, Texas, there is also a vegan hot dog eating contest. Even though I think every vegan meat food is blasphemy, but I'm just a kid from Hungary, so what do I know? So, if you've never seen or participated in something like this, here's how it usually goes down. There are judges that count the amount of food consumed by the contestants. If I had to imagine what they look like, I think they're kind of like dogs when they're staring at their owners when they're eating, and they're like... Oh yeah, quick tip. Before you go being a judge at an eating competition, have breakfast. They also make sure that the rules are respected. The menu for these competitions usually stands of one single type of food, but that can vary from hot dogs to ribs and burgers and technically anything that's not poisonous. Well, most of the time. Contestants are allowed to dunk foods with doughy parts into liquids so that it's easier to swallow, but if they throw up during the contest or right after they finished, it's game over. Also, if you leave too much debris on your plate or around you, that'll be deducted from the final amount you had eaten. How do they calculate that though? Do they just form hot dogs from the leftovers like those pet owners that form dogs from the combed hair?
Number 4. Janet Rood.
Number 4 is not only an eating competition but a very popular YouTube challenge as well, which actually I did a few years ago, so if you want to find that video, you can find it at youtube.com/justdomofficial, or the link is in the description. There. It's no other than the Chubby Bunny Challenge. It's simple. You need to stuff marshmallows into your mouth until you're no longer able to say Chubby Bunny. I went as far as 11, but poor 32-year-old Janet Rood quit after 4 on a marshmallow stuffing contest at a fair in Ontario, Canada. As she was leaving the stage, she collapsed. Even though she received first aid immediately, she was pronounced dead by the first responder on the scene. As we learned so far, there are certain risks, the most common being choking. I don't know why I'm not surprised by that. But I don't think you'll be very shocked neither when I say that speed eating can lead to obesity, increased cholesterol and blood pressure. It can mess with your stomach function, which can lead to nausea, vomiting and indigestion. These alone are enough for me not to participate in one. But the list goes on. It's a poster. At some contests, drinking large amount of water is allowed during the race, which can lead to water poisoning. Furthermore, if you have ulcer, don't even consider trying yourself out because you can get stomach perforations. Oh yeah, and there's a social stigma as well, so speed eating won't make you cool. Just saying. Number 3 will make you throw up. Twice. Now, when you've got to eat hamburgers, that's one thing. When it's chicken wings on the menu, that's another. But when f***ing bugs and worms are crawling on your mother***ing plate, that's a bit fat no. Literally. Yet, people like Edward Archbold are not disgusted by anything. Like, even if I got $1,000 per bug eaten, I would not eat any. But this Edward guy, he was a real one. He wanted to win the prize, an Ivory Ball python, for a friend on the Midnight Madness bug eating competition that was held by Ben Siegel Reptile store in Derfield Beach, Florida in October 2012. I guess he didn't mind if something went wrong because the world was ending on December 12, 2012 anyway. Don't tell him the truth though, because he collapsed before he could claim his prize and died at the hospital. The cause of death was asphyxia, but an allergic reaction may have also been a factor. What a f***ed way to go. As crazy as it may sound, speed eaters actually train.
No, not like that.
I will never understand why people would want to get fat on purpose, but, well, that body is great again after Fat Thor and Fat Hoppers, am I right? They basically need to train two things, their stomach elasticity and the strength of their jaw. So they drink lots of water during short period of time to stretch their stomach, and they chew gum to train their jaw. However, the International Federation of Competitive Eating doesn't recommend training at all, mainly without medical supervision.
Number 2. Walter Eagle Tail. Number 2 is another unfortunate event where Walter Eagle Tail passed away on a hot dog eating contest in South Dakota in 2014.
He choked on a hot dog and died at the age of 47. Even though an on-site medic performed CPR on him immediately. I don't want to be a know-it-all or something by any means, and I'm not a doctor, but normal CPR probably doesn't work on someone whose respiratory tracts are closed by hot dogs. First, you need to remove the closure, and if you don't succeed, well, in that case you'd probably need to cut a hole somewhere right here and put a tube in there so they could breathe. Not like I could do it, but my dad's a doctor and he told me, so it's probably true. Okay, I'm gonna stick to making YouTube videos. Before I say my goodbyes with our number 1 listing, make sure to check out my YouTube channel at youtube.com/justdumpofficial, links in the description, right there. And consider subscribing if you like my videos, because, you know, I make dope ass comedy videos and I appreciate every single one of you who joins my squad. Okay, I hope to see you there. Back to the video.
Number 1. Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
We had enough of that for the day, so we're gonna finish with one, or if not the most popular eating competitions in the world. It's no other than the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, which is held in the US every year on Independence Day. The location is Brooklyn, New York, in the original restaurant of Nathan's famous corporation. It has played a huge role at popularizing eating contests, and in recent years, it has been aired on ESPN. As of the making of this video, the defending men's champion is Joey Chestnut, who ate 71 hot dogs in 10 minutes during the 2019 event. How do you enjoy those hot dogs like that? He has been the first since 2007 when he stopped Takeru Kobayashi at his 7th consecutive belt. These two are like superstars in the speed eating world, and Kobayashi is a crazy motherfucker if you ask me. The guy destroyed the previous record in 2001 by eating twice as many hot dogs, and he holds 15 Guinness World Records, including, among others, eating 93 hamburgers in 8 minutes, 62 slices of pizza in 12 minutes, 150 rice bowls in 30 minutes, and 13 grilled cheese sandwiches in 1 minute.
I only want to know one last thing before I go. How the f*** is he not fat?